I'm now going to introduce a camera into my composition. Holding down the space bar, going to create cameras, camera, and aim. Hitting 4 on the keyboard, I can now see it through the tabletop. I'll select the camera and I'll drag it up towards the top of the room. I want all the shots to be from the open side where there are no walls into the interior. To do that, I'll go to the top view. And if I were to hit T on the keyboard now, you'll see, just like the light, the camera is broken into 2 icons. The source, where the camera is, and the target area where it will point to. I'll drag the camera icon to the corner where 2 walls are missing, and then I'll put the target area down over the table. I'll go to my perspective viewport, and holding down V on the keyboard, I'll snap it to the bowl of fruit. In order to see the view that the camera actually provides us, I'll go to Panels inside the viewport, Perspective, and there's my camera. This is the view the camera sees right now. Now, in order to know exactly what the render will look like, also in the viewport, I'm going to go to the word Show. And directly below the word Show, you're going to see a box with a gray box inside of it. When I click on it, it gives us the camera gate, or the perimeters of the camera view. Now I'm going to use my mouse and my 3 buttons to navigate around for my renders. Now right now, the advantage to this would be that if, for instance, I liked this camera angle, but I wasn't thrilled with the lights. Bringing up the Arnold render view, I'm going to make sure that camera shape 1 is chosen instead of perspective. Now when I click on the red triangle, I can see my render. Now I'm going to set the angle that I want, but then I'm going to adjust the lights differently. So for argument's sake, let's say this is the shot I wanted. I'll now go to the viewport, and under Render and under Panels, I'll choose Perspective. And what that means is I can now manipulate the lights the way I want, and it will update in my camera view without moving the actual shot that I desired. Now I'm going to set up a render for the entire room. Under Panels, Perspective, and Camera. And I'll just zoom back inside the camera view, and then I'll go to Arnold, Preview, I'll click on the red triangle, and I think I want to adjust the ambient light just a little bit. So in my perspective view, I'll return back to the perspective view. And now I can move this, adjust the light, change the intensity or add to it, and it will update. And in the Arnold render view, I'll re-render. And now I'll make one more render. Going to Panels, Perspective, Camera. I'll set the shot up. And I'm going to change the angle of the light the way it falls on the table. I'll go to my perspective view, and now I can manipulate the perspective view without disturbing that view that I saved with the camera. I'll just redirect it so my shadows are coming from the other direction. And in my Arnold render view, I'll click on the red box and then click on the triangle again to render that shot. File, Save Image. Now we're ready to go into Photoshop and make the composite.